This 55-foot narrowboat is going to be our home for the next 4 days as we travel 22 miles through the UK's most beautiful canal from England to Wales. Don't run into that side too hard.
Oh my God.
The only issue is, as you can see by the fact that we're running into a tree right here, is we've never driven a boat this long before or a boat that steers like this.
Didn't mean to do that.
Along the way, we'll have to make our way underneath countless tight bridges, through 2 dark tunnels, and over 2 aqueducts, one of which being the tallest in the entire world. The metal that is holding us on here is only an inch thick. I assume this is gonna be a little bit like van life on the water, and it should be a lot of fun, but there's also a lot of things that could go wrong.
Uh-oh.
Like right now, we're about to run into a boat, or just scrape the whole side. I'm coming.
If you've been following along and you're wondering how we got from Nicaragua to the middle of the UK, you should head over to Daily Drop's YouTube channel to watch our full review of JetBlue Mint class that brought us here to London. From London, we took a train to Crewe, then another train to Wim, and finally a taxi to the small town of Ellesmere, where we'll be beginning our journey.
Time for a driving lesson.
That's it, you're adrift now.
Get back on the boat quick, don't leave us.
You ready?
It's so long.
It's so long.
Do you want to have a go?
Yes.
Oh man.
Well, straight away we're steering that way, so you want the back to go that way to counter.
This actually feels surprisingly fast to me.
Yeah.
Some people, you see that fear in their eyes.
I've got my sunglasses on, you can't see it. What's the name of the in town? How do you pronounce it, where we're going?
Oh, Llangollen.
Like with a C.
So you have to...
Llangollen.
Now we want to take some momentum out, so we'll give it some reverse. Narrowboat, tiller over that way and back on forward. So then centre line.
Me?
So
big
when you
jump.
feel safe to come across.
Okay, should I jump?
Come on, Kara, you got it.
Okay.
Go.
Oh God. Now wrap it round your waist and just put your body weight into it. Don't
Hurry,
worry.
Kara, pull.
She's coming. Come on, jerk.
It sounds like you're calling it jerk. Thank you so much for
Brilliant.
everything. Bye, wish us luck. What in the world have we gotten ourselves into?
I already forgot to ask. Can we drink the water out of the sink?
Go catch him.
When Nate first told me that we were doing this, I really wasn't that nervous because obviously anybody's allowed to take these boats out. You can only go 4 miles per hour. I don't know, I just felt like what could go wrong? Turns out a lot. I thought we would be even more relaxed once we got here and got the lessons and everything, but
It would be one thing if it was just a bunch of tourists out here playing bumper cars. In that case, I don't think anybody would actually care, but there are a lot of people that live here on the canals. I actually read somewhere that 9,000 people live full-time on boats in the UK. You just don't want to go down the canal bumping into people's homes.
all you have to do is talk with an accent and then nobody knows that we're foreigners. Except for maybe the big sign on the boat that says it's a hire. I really like speaking in a British accent, but I'm gonna try not to overdo it. She's gonna
And go.
We're doing it.
We're on our own.
1 mile per hour. Wow. They're fighting over something.
No, almost ran into the side watching the ducks.
Look how fast that windmill is going. Mark said he would take rain over wind any day.
What is the worst possible thing that could happen? All right, we're about to go under our first bridge. Oh, I don't like this at all. Am I gonna run into it?
You're doing great.
It's so tight. I've been the captain for 5 minutes and this is what I'm having to go through. What in the world am I supposed to do? I'm pushing off. I'm definitely hitting the side. Okay, that didn't go quite as smooth as I wanted it to.
We did it. We made it through the bridge.
I got a little overconfident back there. I probably should have tried to pick up the camera. It is kind of tricky because the boat goes the opposite way of which you push the tiller. So I just have to constantly remind myself, opposite.
Look how beautiful. Hey, we're going towards that wall.
Thank you.
Look at those little baby duckies. Oh, we scared them. It was not making that sound earlier.
Ah, nothing like a nice peaceful boat ride down the canals.
Now, by this point, you may be wondering why these canals exist in the first place. So let me tell you. Way back in the 1700s, these canals were built to transport goods throughout Britain. because it was much faster and cheaper than by land, which was a pretty big deal during the Industrial Revolution. But these first canal boats didn't have motors. Instead, they were towed by horses, and you can actually still see the horses' towpath along the canals today. Around 1840, the much more efficient trains started taking over, so the canals were no longer needed and were eventually abandoned. So sad. But thankfully, nearly half of the original canals have been restored so people like us can come enjoy them today.
So not only am I driving between parked boats and through narrow bridges, but there's oncoming traffic.
I trust Nate with my life. It's gonna be fine.
I mean, I don't think anything bad's gonna happen to us. I think bad things might happen to someone else's boat.
No way. This is like a pub right on the water. As usual, I plan to give you a full tour of our new home, but we need to get a few hours of driving in before it gets dark outside. We got a wee bit of a late start, so we'll show you around tonight or maybe tomorrow once we've lived in it for a little while.
All right, looks like we have another tight squeeze coming up. I'm definitely gonna hit this time. Oh, I haven't hit yet. Don't jinx it.
You're good, mate.
That's the first bridge that I've gone under where I haven't hit the side.
You did it! I'm absolutely loving this day. The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, there are baby ducklings left and right, and when there aren't ducklings, there are sheep or cows or super adorable locals getting in their boat that they live in. The views are just stunning. I don't know how it gets any better than this. I'm just so happy right now.
It feels like you're just driving through a painting.
All right, bridge number 5.
If I hit it this time, I'm blaming it on the wind.
So far, so good. You did it! You're so skilled.
It took me 3.
That was number 5.
I know, but I hit the first 3 and I've made it through the second 2. I'm definitely hitting this one. Whoops. Sorry. All right, 3 for 3, 50%.
No problem. You're so good.
It really is low stakes. I mean, oh, see, that guy just ran into the side and it was no big deal. There's kind of these metal bumpers on either side of the canal, and I think the boats are kind of made to run into things. I'm sure the rental company does not want me saying that.
No way. Look at these cows. I love them.
Are you ready for this?
For what? No. No, Nate, you're doing
We're about to run into the
well.
side.
No, I'm not doing it. I want today to go smoothly.
Come on, come on, come on.
Let's just have one day with no drama.
No, you gotta learn how to drive. This is romantic. You put your hand under mine.
Aw, okay.
And I'll guide it around.
Great. I think I'm already better than you are.
You're great.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Wow, this is so nice. I need a snack.
Nate, don't leave me. You better come back here. Nate, he's actually getting a snack.
Whoa, look at the swans.
Whoa!
Whoa, it's gonna like attack me. It's swimming beside the boat.
Look at the baby! Oh my
They're so fast.
Nate, I can't get distracted by animals. We're gonna crash.
Goodbye, swans. Sorry we don't have any food. Look, you gotta keep your hand on it so you get a feel for it.
Oh, you gave me a chip.
You seriously got the hang of this in like 2 seconds.
Thanks. I feel like,
Okay.
what, for what? You can't just say, watch out. I can't see anything. I see the tree now. Nate, come back, please. I'm running into the side.
I'm just gonna spot this bridge up here for you.
No. Nate, no. I'm not doing a bridge.
You gotta have more confidence in yourself.
I'm not having fun anymore. Please come back.
Okay, Kara's about to do her first bridge. It's kind of hard to see. Ooh, and there's a boat right beside it. This is exciting.
Nate, put your hand on this.
We're gonna have to go over here close to this boat to be able to shoot straight through the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Push towards me. Push towards me. Push towards me. Push towards me. Okay, straight it back out. Straight it back out. Straight it. Push, push, push towards me. Towards me. Towards me. Towards me. All right, straight it back out. Straight it back out. Bring it back to center. Bring it back to center. Towards you. Oh! That was good. I hit my first 3. You're crying the wrong way.
I'm sorry. I got confused. Throttle it. Throttle it. We have control.
We're all of a sudden the expert.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
You got it. That's a new scratch. Is this us? Is this home?
Yeah, you're gonna have to duck.
Grab the camera, grab the camera.
Gosh, it actually did hit me. I'm gonna have a bruise on my back. I did it.
Nice work. You look so dreamy.
Yeah?
I'm sure somebody's gonna tell me I didn't do that not right. What an amazing spot. We are surrounded on both sides by fields of sheep. They're pretty loud. We may regret this, but when else do you have the opportunity to sleep on a boat next to sheep? I think this might be one of the coolest parts about narrowboating down the canals. You have complete freedom on where you camp, so nowhere is off limits. You can just pull over and camp wherever you want for the night. So we've been on this narrowboat for a grand total of 6 hours, and I'm already trying to decide at what point in my life does it make sense to spend a year living on a narrowboat so that I can just explore all of the canals in the UK. It's like the perfect mix. Wow, I'm so glad more of that didn't spill. I just knocked the whole thing of hummus off with my elbow.
I'm so cold. I'll be here.
We finally got the heater working. We pulled the hole, turn it off, turn it back on again, you know, just flip the switch a few times. Today was really just like a training day. Tomorrow is when it gets really exciting. We're starting the morning with 2 locks. Then we have 2 tunnels and 2 aqueducts. Hopefully our 12 hours of training has prepared us for this.
Has it been 12 hours?
Well, I'm counting sleep. 12 hours of being on the boat.
Ow!
Harder than you expected.
Just a little bit. Not as hard as you just slapped my butt, but.
Oh, it's not soft at all.
Do you think the sheep are sleeping?
Meh.
This is fun.
I think I might miss van life.
Yeah. Good morning! Before we get going, I want to show you around our floating home. In case you're new around here, we lived in a van for 2 years during the pandemic. And it turns out there are a ton of similarities between van life and narrowboat life. So everything feels very familiar and we've settled in surprisingly quickly, minus the floating and driving part. We're gonna start in the front and make our way all the way to the back.
Hi.
It's okay. You have a lot of energy, don't you? Let's go inside because it's freezing. First of all,
I want to take a minute to appreciate how far 55 feet is.
this is a crazy amount of space. As usual, we booked this boat at the very last minute. They make 4-person boats, but the only one they had available was this 6-person boat, hence the length. This is our dining room table, but it also converts into a bed, just like our van. Here is one of the many heaters in the boat, which took us a while to figure out last night, but let's just say we had to get up and turn it off because it was so hot in here in the middle of the night.
So there are 1, 2, 3 heaters lining the side of the boat, and then you have 1 in each bathroom. So every single room in this boat is toasty.
Here we have our cute little kitchen. We have a gas stove, just like in the van, but this one also has an oven. That is an upgrade. Lots of storage, which I love. They provided a means of coffee, which I also appreciate. My pinky toe. This is the trash can. And this might be the biggest difference between narrowboat life and van life. We would never in a million years have glass in our van, especially just out on a shelf like this. So this really just shows you how calm and easy the waters are. Those would all be broken in a matter of minutes if we were driving the van.
Woo! That was a doozy.
This is our like pantry area with lots of snacks. We actually have 2 bathrooms. This is bathroom number 1.
Toilet. sink, ventilation window, and yeah, that's about it.
Having separate bathrooms has been so fun, especially in the van. Usually we're brushing each other's teeth. Usually in the van, we're fighting for the sink to like brush our teeth at night. I'm trying to wash my face and it's a whole thing, but this has been luxury. Here's the bed we chose to sleep in last night for a couple of reasons. One, there's only a window on one side, so it's the darkest part of the whole boat. Just close these windows and boom. Plus we have USBs right here. And here we have bathroom number 2. The door is a little sticky. There we go.
A little tight.
It's tight, but compared to what we're used to, it's so big. The toilet is in the shower. We have a shower in my bathroom. This is a marine toilet. Kind of smells like pee all the time, but that's every marine toilet I've ever experienced. And here we have bed number 3, technically. If you had 2 more people, this is where they would sleep. But it has become what we call our stuff bed.
If we ever walk into a hotel room that has 2 beds, we're always like, stuff bed.
There's a window on either side of this one, which would have been nice this morning because you could have woken up to the sheep over there, but I could hear them from our bed.
Where'd they all go?
And that's it for the inside.
We've made it to the back of the boat. This kind of reminds me of a sailboat. Kind of hard to figure out, but oh, 2 locks. We were nice and safe last night.
Oh wait, I forgot. There's a hairdryer. I would never have this in our van. It would just be instantly dead.
If you do want to turn the inverter on, you just grab the red key, flip that, and now the inverter's on and running our battery out.
Ooh, that sound is so triggering.
Overload alarm.
Please no! Ow! He told me that would happen. This is our back deck. The stern, some would say. This is where Nate's been captaining the boat. Apparently you can walk up here if you want to.
This pole here is like, if we get stuck, we can push ourselves out. I'm not sure what the plank is for. I guess if we're too far away from the side. And that pretty much does it for the tour. Now we need to get going because it's almost 11 o'clock. We're both still a bit jet lagged and slept in a little too long this morning. We have a lot of exciting ground to cover. Well, I would say last night was a success, if for no other reason than we stayed tied on. All right, day 2. If this is not the most exciting one, then something's gone horribly wrong on day 3. Like I forgot everything. So yesterday, all day, I was so confused at why it got so narrow underneath the bridges. I was like, this is frustrating because it's already challenging enough, and then for some reason, it gets super narrow as you're going underneath the bridge. And then I realized it's because of the towpath. So you can see the old towpath that runs along the side of the canal. The horses couldn't just walk through the bridge, so they had to make the towpath go underneath the bridge, and that's why it gets so skinny. I thought they were just trying to make it more challenging. Speaking of bridges, you're crushing this one.
Don't jinx me. I did it! I got through!
Is that your first?
Yeah.
No hit bridge?
Yeah.
What a start to the day.
Yeah. Wait,
Go
this way.
this boat.
Do I go this way
Nope,
to get out of the
nope.
way? See, I start freaking out when I'm close.
Don't worry about us.
Sorry. I was celebrating too soon. I'm sorry.
I think we're fine. I think we're fine.
When it's a situation
about
that really
us.
matters, I get really nervous. I forget everything.
All right, we're coming up to our first lock. This is so trippy walking backwards. Where'd the page go? So I'm just setting some expectations. I've watched a YouTube video on how to open a lock, and we have these drawings, so that's what we're going off of.
In case you didn't know, it's basically like an elevator for boats. I thought somebody would be here to help us do it, but it's like, no one is here. We just have to figure out how to do it ourselves. All right, we're going in. It's so skinny. Are we even gonna fit in here? Are we in?
All right.
We're in the lock?
Okay, so Kara's in the lock. We have to fill it up. So the first thing I'm gonna do is close these doors.
Oh gosh, I hate this.
I'm just gonna hop over the boat to the other side of the canal. That was actually so much easier to move than I expected. Those doors are huge and you can literally move them with the press of a finger.
It doesn't look very close. I see the gap. The camera fell.
Lost the mic.
This is not helpful. It is not close. There's added stress because I'm pretty sure there's a boat on the other side waiting, and we're those tourists right now that don't know what they're doing. We thought we did.
Okay, so Kara's not convinced that the back door is closed, but I think I've done everything I can do. I assume they don't just get perfectly watertight, and there's just more water rushing in from the front than there is the back, so that ultimately it fills up. So I guess I'm just gonna open these front paddles and hope for the best. The paddle is like the thing that's under the water that controls water coming in and out of the canal.
Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm gonna poop my pants.
So there is quite a bit of water coming out this backside. Okay, so the water is equalized between the canal and this next stretch of water that we're gonna be driving through. And I believe that means we can open this door. Oh yeah, it's working. Okay, you should be good.
Okay, I'm going.
Okay, that was stressful. Not a perfect first try, but we did it. We did it. We made it out. Nice work. I did make one massive mistake. The first cranking that I did, that actually opened up the paddles on the back door. So as we were filling it from the front, all of the water was also just spilling out the back, which was just creating white water inside of the canal. And Kara was trying to keep the boat still. And then I realized what I had done. So I broke the camera for no reason.
R.I.P. microphone. You are a good microphone.
Other way, other way.
Oh shoot.
It's like one moment everything is peaceful and calm, and the next moment it's just a disaster. Oh, you're doing it again to the other side. Literally just snaking down the canal like this.
Should we come through? All right. He's waving us on. Right?
Yeah, I think we're going, but I hate that I have an audience. At least I know what I'm doing this time. I think they're gonna do it for us. What do you think?
Please, yes. Hello. Thank you.
Okay.
Wow.
You gonna help me out?
Yeah.
Great. No pressure.
Up we go. This one's going much more smoothly. And off we go.
Thanks for doing all the hard work.
No problem. So your last free ride of the day.
Beautiful boat.
Not bad for 25-year-old.
Hello, cows. Murr.
That is the most majestic horse I've ever seen.
I love how everyone just makes their boat their own. This one has a unicorn on it and a mannequin on top. That's kind of weird. It's kind of fun getting to drive past and just look at everyone's home. I always try to peek in the window a little bit to see what's going on, but then every once in a while there's someone looking out at you and it's really awkward.
I bought this in Japan, but M&Beck's Habit Matcha is way better. Oops. It feels so weird making something in the kitchen while we're moving. I would never do this in the van, especially with hot liquids. It would be way too dangerous. But it's just so easy. I could just come back here and make a matcha or a coffee whenever I wanted. It would be dangerous. Perfect.
Thank you.
Darling.
This is the life. That is one thing that you don't see in the US that I love seeing here in the UK are fields that are separated by hedges. In the US, it's all fences. And here there's actual rows of bushes separating the different fields. And I really love that. I knew we weren't going fast, but we just got passed by a lady pushing a stroller. So that really puts in perspective how slow we're moving. Apparently this bridge is a World Heritage Site. You scraped the World Heritage Site. Oh, you dodged it! Watch over this side! Ah! So this is how fast we go. I'm currently pulling ahead. It honestly feels faster when you're on the boat. Can he make the jump? He's back. It's a cool yoga pose, Mr. Duck.
Going on adventure.
We have a grand total of 22 miles to cover over the course of 3 days, which means that we have plenty of time to stop. We just saw a sign for a pub, so we're gonna see if we can go on a little walk and find it. It is time for my first Cask L experience. Oh, we gotta go somewhere else. No drugs.
Ta.
Does that mean cheers? I think it's thanks, actually.
Ta. Honestly, the woman at the bar said ta 2 or 3 times. And if it weren't for Craig and Amy, I would have thought she was crazy. Like, what are you saying?
What is happening? What is happening, guys? We are Craig and Amy.
I need to see if we're in Wales or England right now. We are literally on the border. We're on it. We're right on top of it. But we're still in England.
This pub is actually really confusing, I'm noticing now, because you've got the British flags hanging up here, and then I'm pretty sure the dragon's Welsh. Also, in terms of building suspense for what's coming next, it doesn't get much better than this. We're literally sitting here with our drinks, looking at the first aqueduct that we're about to go over. So apparently a cask ale is like the traditional way that beer was brewed and stored. So there's no CO2 added for like extra bubbles. It just ferments in the barrel. And then they don't refrigerate it. So it's like a flat room temperature beer. Just imagine if you poured a beer and then you forgot about it for a few hours and then you came back to drink it, you've had a cask ale. I'm sure that's gonna make somebody very unhappy. Success, the boat is still here and the door opens. What are the chances the geese will eat out of my hand? Oh my gosh. I don't want it just hissed at me.
Okay.
Time.
It's time! I'm gonna drive us over the aqueduct. Watch out, everybody. Oh, this is amazing. So from what I understand, an aqueduct is basically a bridge that boats can go over. And a viaduct is a bridge that cars go over. We're on the aqueduct, obviously. The viaduct is the bigger one, right next to us. This is awesome!
So as soon as you get over the aqueduct, it sends you straight into a tunnel. Definitely the most exciting 30 minutes of the trip so far. Oh, we're very crooked. Keep it between the lines, or between the walls. Whoa! If we don't get our deposit back, it's because of this tunnel.
I haven't been that bad.
Echo! Let me tell you a ghost story about the girl and the boy who went into the cave. Ooh. Whoa, it looks like we're going into another dimension.
Woo! That was long.
You did great. You only hit the wall 10 times.
Not my best work.
Just hanging our way through the tunnel. Oh, I'm a little sad. We've officially completed both tunnels, both locks, and we have one aqueduct left.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yes, well, that's a great knot.
Well, this is our unexpected home for the night. Cheers.
Cheers, darling. Loved one. We were just on our merry way down this canal, and we passed all these boats that were already parked for the night. We were like, wow, this is a really popular spot. Wonder why?
We'll keep going.
Because the
Tallest
aqueduct in the
Promise
world.
this is her first glass of wine.
Tallest aqueduct in the world is less than 30 minutes away. But we wanted to save it for first thing tomorrow. And all of a sudden we hear, Kate and Nara, which we get a lot and I love.
We met a fantastic couple who's been living on their boat full time for 18 months, but they told us that there were no more places to park for the night before you get to the aqueduct. They helped us reverse the boat back, and then he helped us stake it down, and
I just loved listening to them talk.
Sorry, I only have one.
So, for old time's sake, I'm making peanut butter ramen for dinner. I won't bore you with exactly how to make it since I've made this on our channel a million times, but in case you've missed it, I'll link it below.
cheers.
Bon appetit.
Can you see the steam on this?
Oh yeah. This is the best dish on the planet.
Tastes like the van.
It really does. Oh my gosh, the ducks are going nuts. Did they just land on our roof? They've heard about Kara's famous peanut butter ramen.
They're not shy at all. They're literally just coming and looking down on us eating our peanut butter ramen.
This did not happen last night when I made salads.
Okay. Think I can pet it? I've never pet a duck
No, don't. Look at its chest puffing out at you.
before. Okay, we should probably end it here. Morning.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm alright.
Surprisingly easy to pull out of the ground. I have very mixed emotions about today. Very sad that it's our last day. I can't believe it's already over. But I am super excited to go over the aqueduct. I did a little more research last night and learned that not only is it the world's tallest, but it's also the longest in the UK. I forgot we still have to go through a drawbridge. All right, so Kara's gonna hold the boat in place while I crank the drawbridge open.
Crank if you want.
Yeah?
I've been up and down here a few times.
Okay, well, you're welcome to.
It's hard work.
Yeah, well, let me help. What's your name?
Dave.
Thank you, Dave.
Sometimes they're electric.
Oh, really? I met two super nice guys who cranked the whole drawbridge for me. Didn't even get to try it myself. Now I feel a lot of pressure to drive smoothly into this drawbridge. Thank you.
I love them.
All right, to the aqueduct.
This is it.
All right. I think the aqueduct is just gonna be nice and easy, really fun, beautiful scenery. But as soon as we get past it, there's a 90-degree turn where we've heard that a bunch of people gather to watch people who have rental boats try to make this turn because apparently it's really hard. Whoop.
Sorry. Some people are
Knock
trying
the
to
three.
drive a boat around here. Wow, this is much scarier than the other one.
It's so narrow and one side just drops straight off.
Like there is nothing. Like my feet are a little tickly right now. We are so high. When I'm standing here, I can't see the edge and it feels like we're flying. Oh man, I'm really nervous right now. I don't like it.
Wow, this is so beautiful.
Just driving a boat over a bridge. No big deal. Oh, I just touched the side.
Don't run into that side too.
Oh my gosh.
We're pretty much just in the middle of a big water trough.
Hi. Want a ride?
Just let me give you a little perspective of what our view looks like. So it's actually not even that thick. Like, if you look, the metal that is holding us on here is only an inch thick. Also, if I fall right now, there's no rails. Woo.
I feel like I should have a seatbelt on right now. Like this is not safe. These views, I mean the views the whole time have been stunning, but this is another level.
We are directly over the river right now. This is the highest point in the aqueduct. The Welsh countryside.
So good. And England. Oh, we're getting a bit close to that side.
We're coming up on the 90-degree turn.
You're on your own.
Oh, there are definitely more people here watching than I want there to be.
Captain Nate, good luck.
You have any tips for the turn? I'll take that as a no. Okay, well the aqueduct didn't collapse, so that was a win. How's it going?
Not bad.
You have any tips for the turn? Have you ever done this before?
No, but I've had fun, yeah.
I'm really gonna go for it hard here. I kind of feel like I'm nailing it.
So far, so good.
Oh, they're cheering for us. I think I messed up. I messed up, I was on course. Wrong way, wrong way. Oh, what am I doing? I'm embarrassed for myself. Well, this is kind of working.
Hey, there's a boat coming, Nate.
Oh, no, I was all lined up perfectly. Nice work, everyone. Looked like we knew what we were doing. No, no, learned how to drive it 2 days ago.
Coast is clear. No way. First try.
Well, kind of bouncing off the sides, but I'm getting through.
Oh gosh.
I'm gonna say that actually went quite a bit better than expected.
Whoopsie. Didn't mean to do that. Oh shoot. Wrong way. Falling apart.
After completing our last challenge, we had a nice, leisurely last few hours of the trip, and we did our best to soak up every second of it. And then it was happily ever after. Just kidding, Kara almost fell in the water, and I got pooped on by a goose.
Ew, yeah.
I can smell it, actually. I've got to get this shirt off. This is the TV, in case you've never seen one before. This is a radio, a chair. This thing is called a book, and it has slightly stronger pages on the outside and then flimsier pages on the inside. It is crazy that two people can be speaking English and it'd be hard to understand.
Probably thought that I was the crazy one because she would ask me a question and I would know it was English, but I wouldn't exactly know what she was saying. And I'd have to process for a second and then I'd be like, ah, she asked if I wanted ice. And she was like, you want ice? And I was like, yes.
So I'm going to be on YouTube.
As long as you're okay with that.
Absolutely. I'll take some of the royalties.
Ow! Should have known that was hot. Ow, 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 that really hurt.